Hello and welcome back to Scratch Your Farm Models. So today's a Model Farm Week 34 Season 1. There's a lot going on, there's a lot happening, so let's get into it. So over here we have the class area and you can see the door is open. Lewis has just jumped out to help Mike. Mike has finally got round to getting a cover for the bonnet of the 3650. He hasn't before purely because they were out of stock, and also we haven't been doing too thick hedges. But there's a few hedges that we've been leaving because we know there'll be some bits flying up. We haven't started doing any verges either yet. So now we've got that, we can get back to doing them. And then we threw these two silage bales on top of the clamp, just so there's a bit more room, and you'll see where in a minute. And then obviously we've got the class area going out on a drilling contract, but it can't go out because of what's in the way, which we'll see in a minute. And then over here we've sold about 60 bales, so we wanted to sell a few of them purely to get a bit more room, and we brought the Rhydon up from the storage yard. We got the McHale straw shopper, and that's just there. Well, we're going to be using that probably next week because the cows are going to have to come in. Got all the hay, the drill on the back of the Arium, all the straw and everything, and a few hay in there. The scraper tractor, the flat 8, which got used to get them out. We couldn't quite get the Scorpion into that bay because it's too tight in here, because the Scorpion is massive compared to what the John Deere was. So we got the Kubota, brought it right back into the corner, and we had to take 2 rows out by hand, and after that we could get the Kubota to do it. But so we won't be stacking in there next year. We'll probably put calves in there or something, because it'd be quite a good one for that. It's got all the walls and everything in it. Got Noah's Land Rover and Mike's pickup, and over here we have the very dirty and very old Romford cultivator. We just dropped it off there in the middle of the yard, just so it's easier to throw it back on quickly, because the case will be back too small with it rather than tucking it away. And then we've got David Brown 1412 in here for a new clutch, but Richard's a bit busy at the moment, so we'll probably be doing that next week, but you'll see why in a minute. There's something that happened. And then we've got the Kubota parked up in here. We're probably just going to barrier the rest of that up and have all cows, because we want to expand our herd a lot this year. And then we've got all the trailers and everything, a few rolls of wire, everything in the shed. The quad bike is off to have a sprayer fitted to the back, so that's where that is, and the gate is there. And then we've got Ian's Land Rover, and it's pretty empty in here. We've got the Scorpion's bucket in there and all the attachments. And then we've got this ready for the sheep. Obviously we'll be setting this up soon. You've noticed we're missing a few sheep hurdles. That's because Sean's got them up for his chickens, and you'll see in a minute. So we've got Ian, he's just holding up that strap there because we've got a load of silage bales, square ones, because obviously we're going to need a bit more feed this year. It was at an old farm auction, they were going, and they were really cheap, so we thought, you know what, we can always sell them for a bit more. But the place that loaded them, because it's all old stuff, well, it's not really because it's old stuff, because it's decent kit they've got, but I think the driver they had was just a bit rubbish, because he's smacked it with the boom and broke off the front of the bale trailer, and then instead of just taking boom away so you extend your boom, retract your boom, he pressed the wrong button and he extended it, which snapped it straight off and almost smacked the back of the tractor. So we were a bit annoyed with that, and we got a good discount on it because that happened. But they're gonna come and fix it during the week, so that should be done by next time. And then we've got Noah. We're trusting him with this. We're not too sure with Noah's history of breaking stuff, but he should be alright just to unload these few. And then the two round ones which are down there we've put on the pit, just there's a bit more room there. Got the roller up there, all the sheep are in this field here. And then obviously this is why Lewis can't get out with the class Arium. And this gateway up here is really small for this bigger kit, so we're gonna change it and widen it, and this one also needs widening. Then the cows aren't in here, and you'll see where they are in a bit. Then we got Richard rushing down to the other yard to try and help fix the problem. He's got a few tools in the back. And then we've got all these fields here ready for more sheep coming in soon. So we've got the cows down in the big grass field because this is one of the drier ones, and then they're going to have to come in next week I think because it's getting so wet. Then we've got Jack's Land Rover, the forklift in there, and the Timberwolf chipper and the cement mixer. Then we got the good old Yanmar loaded up on the red rock loader going out to do, it's to dig quite a big septic system and tank. So it's got the bigger bucket, the other bucket and the grading bucket, but we haven't bothered with the trenching bucket, which is down there because the pipes of the septic are quite big. So this other general purpose bucket would be fine for that. And then Connor was driving the John Deere 6820, which was towing the red rock loader, and they got a problem. But before we get onto that, we've got a new grab tank. So this is for fuel. As you can see, it's got warning. So this is a fuel grab tank we can pick up with the grab. So the Sanny's got the grab on the moment from unloading it, and the Sanny will be going out on a job soon. The JCB 6-ton dumper is already out on the job where all this kit is going. We've got Connor's Land Rover, the tracks and a few more attachments there. So what's happened here is they were going out onto the job, the dumper's already there, they were taking all the kit, and then the brakes, the air brakes locked up on the NC as they were coming out, so they can't figure out what's wrong with it. The Jack and Connor can't figure it out, so Richard's on his way down to try and fix it, and if that doesn't work they'll probably call Mike to come and give them a hand. All the pigs are in here, they might be coming in eventually for when they have piglets of course, but they'll be out for a little while yet. This field is going to get hedge cut soon. Now we got the proper cover, it'll be a lot easier because this is quite thick hedge, so it won't ping about as much. And then this verge here, this will all get cut up a bit more. We've got the case coming up obviously, but it can't. So over here we've got a horse box in here because they wanted to store it for a few weeks. So that's just being stored in the storage yard and we're getting paid for that. The Wiedemann loader's still in there. The JCB 0860 is in here. This is actually going out on hire a lot more. We've got the work for it, but we don't have the staff at the moment. Especially with Noah's managing, but anyway. So that's just going to be going out on quite a lot of hire jobs. People can just come and grab it, pay the money, take it away, bring it back. And then we've got the John Deere bale wrapper in there. Chain harrows and the weight off the Arion on a pallet. Then this field is open while we were doing some more hedge cutting in the bottom of it the other day, and we'll be going back out once the cover's fitted to do the thicker part of the hedge. So forgot to mention quickly, but for any of you that were after it, obviously the 6-ton dumper's out on a job and Aaron's out driving that. Up here at Sean's yard, he's got his chainsaw. It's a Husky, quite a good big saw, and he's done a lot of wood on the processor, and he's got this bit that won't go through the processor because it's quite bent up, so he's going to go and cut that up. He's got some sheep paddles up here with all to keep the chickens in. They can go off that way down the field a bit more, but it's just to separate this off. Then he's got his 2 trailers in there, skid steer attachments, the pallets, and then he's got the case on the firewood processor, the splitter, the weight off the case and another drawbar. And then you can see he's got a lot of crates in there full of wood, and he's sold quite a lot already. And then he's still got that there, the wood there ready to do the fencing, and he's got his Jeep parts up, and the jumper and the skid steer, everything in the shed. So that's pretty much it, thanks for watching. It'll be interesting to see how they get on with fixing the NC dump trailer, because it's been quite a job so far, but it'll be interesting to see how that goes. So please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and see you again soon.